You're such an asshole.
AssholeConsulting.com. How you kids doing? Continuing on. I wish to remain anonymous. This is a video request. I'm not sure how or if I will be notified when you have completed this video or what time you will call this video so I can find it when it's ready, but I'll be on lookout for this. Just follow the instructions, guys. Follow the instructions. I will notify you. I do apologize if I appear angry in this message, but I've had some very angry discussions with freedom-loving conservatives. I know your stance on leftist politics very well. There's plenty of hypocrisy with liberals, but I want you to address the transparent hypocrisy of conservatives. It's clear that you're politically conservative. I am not. I'm libertarian, and that's what we're going to talk about today. But it's also clear that you are by no means religious, which is why I really want you to explain something to me regarding this painfully frustrating hypocrisy. Conservatives or Republicans claim to be the party of freedom and small government, and claim to want to limit the government and keep them out of your lives as much as possible. So why is it that Republicans seem to oppose legal gay marriage, legal abortion, and legal marijuana? Or you could just say gay marriage, abortion, and marijuana. I've spoken to many conservatives, and they all claim to be for small government, but most of them think abortion and gay marriage should be made illegal. That's called more government. They blend and twist the freedom element by representing some philosophical arguments as to why they should be illegal, but deep down I know these views are rooted in Christianity. Yeah, not just Christianity, but Islam, Judaism, any of the traditional religions that have come out of the biblical religions. Because for the most part, conservatism and Christianity go hand in hand. They will never admit their views are rooted in Christianity. Sometimes they will. They'll admit that it says the Bible. You'll see them. But it's so obvious. As for marijuana, all the 2016 Republican presidential candidates, with the exception of Rand Paul, opposed legalizing marijuana. Scumbag dinosaur mind Jim Sessions, who's mentally ill still in the 1930s, wants to federally crack down on marijuana in states where it's legal. What the fuck happened to conservatives being for state rights? Freedom and small government, my ass. It's freedom and small government as long as we agree with it. It's freedom and small government as long as it doesn't go against our religious beliefs or our own version of morality. That's really what it is. Here's my opinion. I'm almost certain that you would agree with the following. Oh, you don't like marijuana? Fantastic. Don't smoke it. Oh, you don't like gay marriage? Wonderful. Don't go to a gay wedding. You don't like abortion? Splendid, don't have one. But don't propose for big government and more laws when something is not consistent with your ideology, and keep your religion the absolute fuck out of politics. Do not fucking try to legislate subjective elements of morality. Thank you, Mr. Clary. Can't wait to see your video. All right, dude, you just haven't discovered the Libertarian Party. The word conservative still holds some meaning left in it, because conservative means more traditional. And whereas conservatives are for small government, they are for small government when it comes to economic rights, meaning low taxes. And a lot of conservatives you will also find like, yeah, dude, I don't care if you get abortion or not abortion. Most of them will care about that. But gay marriage, you'll find most non-religious conservatives like, yeah, go ahead, dude, I don't care. We want guns, an increasing amount, especially younger men, even if they are claiming to be conservative, really don't care about abortion. But that is going into the realm of social rights. Now, what you're facing with conservative, the older ones especially, is that, one, they are holding on to traditional values that transcend economic rights. Right? So they want low taxes, but then it's also like, well, pot causes people to be stupid. We should get rid of that. Well, gay marriage, that doesn't cause stable families, so we should get rid of that. But the second thing is, yeah, you're absolutely 100% right. Most of it is coming from their religion, right? And it's not just Christianity. You're going to find Muslims probably hate gays a little bit more than the Christians do. I don't know what the Jewish position is on gays. But what you're finding here is that it goes back to God and country. God comes first for a lot of these people, and that's the religion. And then comes the country, right? So, and you can't fault them necessarily because they're at least being intellectually honest towards their religion. The religion is against gay marriage. The religion is against not pot. I don't think the religion was against pot, but whatever. They're going to go these traditional religious routes. They're going to answer to the religion first, and then that's going to dictate or at least influence what their political positions are. You may not like it, but at least they're being intellectually honest. At least they're saying, well, I have to vote this way because this is how it is. Now, what you're running into is the libertarian argument, or the libertarian party, where it's like, dude, if you're for freedom, which they aren't necessarily, then why are you bothering people about gay marriage, bothering people about dope, bothering people in the prohibition days about booze? What do you care? Well, that's the libertarian party. And the conservative, the Republican Party, was enough a distinct entity that would champion low taxes, but then it would obviously crack down on social rights and social freedoms, that the Libertarian Party says, whoa, 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 wait a minute. Live and let live. I don't care if Bob and Steve go together. I don't care if Billy smokes pot. I don't care if, you could even go back into the old days with interracial marriage. It's kind of like, as long as your policy of the Libertarian Party, as long as you're not hurting anybody, it's none of our business. Or as long as you're not breaking the law, it's none of our business. And so that's where I think you probably belong. But you seem to be completely unaware of the Libertarian Party, or that this argument has been made before. And what I think you're getting upset about is maybe you only believe that there's like the Republican and Democrats, or the conservatives and the liberals, and it's like, dude, what the hell? And you're probably just as frustrated with the liberals, where they're all like, yeah, man, freedom, and I want to do whatever I want, but you got to pay for it. It's like, whoa, wait a minute, you're just as probably insulted. Like, wait, you want to have all this freedom, but then you want to live and parasite off of other people? Well, okay, so you're for social rights, but you're against economic rights. You're just as bad as the Republicans or the conservatives. So what the Libertarian Party is saying, none of you fuckers are right. What's truly American is the Libertarian Party, where unless someone's hurting you, unless someone's bothering you, you just leave them the fuck alone. And it ain't none of your fucking business. And you're 100% right, dude. This is why I'm a libertarian. I keep having to tell people I'm libertarian. I keep having to tell people I'm agnostic. I'm not atheist. People just don't listen to me. I ran into, and maybe you're younger like me, when I was in my 20s, I'd go to these parties and everyone, oh, that's a Republican, which ended up how I ended up being down here. So I'd like to thank all the liberals from the 1990s and the early aughts about ripping me a new one, because I was the only quote Republican at the party when I was a libertarian. Thank you, I'm rich now because, well, not rich, but I get to do this. Most people are ignorant about this political delineation between Republicans and Libertarians. People just say, oh, you're Republican. I'm like, no, I'm a Libertarian. Oh, you're a Republican. You want low taxes? I'm like, yeah, I do want low. Oh, you just fucking want all your money, you greedy capitalist. But like, fuck you, Francis. But what I would, so you are right, but I think your anger is misdirected. Because true conservatives never claimed that they were for all forms of freedom. I don't think you're going to find a true conservative like a Sean Hannity or Rush Limbaugh or any conservative or Republican in Congress over the age of 50. I don't think you're going to find them that ever said, yeah, at one time the Republicans were pro-choice or the conservatives were pro-gay marriage. That's always been their platform. I think most of them will readily admit, if they're honest, and most of them I say would be, is that, no, it's our religion that's influencing it. That is a hypocrisy, because you should have the freedom of the religion, and Republicans and conservatives should say, well, okay, that's my religion, but I'm not going to legislate that upon the rest of society because they may not subscribe to Christianity. This is one of the main reasons I left Christianity, because it was like our way or the highway, and if you don't believe it, you're going to burn in hell, and it's like, you know what, go fuck yourselves. You're really a bunch of dictatorial assholes. There was no understanding that, well, maybe there's other people in the world that don't believe in the guy nailed to the plank of wood. So yeah, and then let's not forget, a lot of these people, especially getting in the Republican Party, the Republican Party is not a lot different than the Democrat Party. I don't mean on platform, but I mean in psychology. If you ever go to a Republican Party meeting, these are not like, oh, they're an engineer and a doctor and they're really concerned about the nuclear family of future America. These are equivalent crusaders who got nothing else. These are losers that have nothing else going on in their lives. And what losers and the last refuge of a charlatan or a scoundrel is religion or patriotism, something like that. People who have absolutely jack fuck all shit left going on in their life, they will subscribe to a religion. And a religion can be a political ideology, but it can also be religion unto itself. And to the point they really don't believe in it, they just subscribe to it because it makes them feel better about themselves. So, and you see this a lot, go to church anytime. You'll see people like, oh, like they're the born-again Christians. They don't actually love God or believe in Jesus. It's just they really fucked up their life or they really have nothing else going on. So they find this thing that, oh, I'm Christian, or I'm for the whales, or I'm a feminist, or I'm an environmentalist. And it's like, That's the last thing you care about. You just want to feel good about yourself. So what a lot of these people do is they get mental. I remember this in the 80s and the 90s. There was a lot of women. They even mocked them with The Simpsons. And was it not Sanders? Flanders. Was it Flanders' wife who would always say, "Won't someone please think of the children?" That's what these psychopaths end up becoming. Like, they become these anti-abortion Nazis. This is where they go blow up abortion clinics and kill. And could have swore somewhere in the Bible says, "Thou shalt not murder." So this is where, and that's where the switch is. They don't really believe in Christianity. It's just so that they feel good about themselves. And so, yes, there absolutely is a hypocrisy. They want to have their feels. They want to go against the pot. They want to go against abortion. They want to go against those fucking gays because it makes them feel good. And fuck their rights. Fuck whether, that guy's gay and isn't hurting you. And fuck whether, if that kid was aborted, the parents are doing it a huge favor because they can't raise the kid. That never enters their mind. Just like it never enters the mind of a feminist. They're like, hey, am I misleading young women to major in worthless shit and ruin their lives and sacrifice happiness and joy? Because it's not about their purported cause. It's all about them. So that's where I think there is some genuine hypocrisy in the conservative Republican side of the political world. And I've seen it. But for the most part, your rank and file traditional conservative Republicans, if they're religious, going to say, yeah, I'm against abortion because that's what my God says so. And you can't fault them for that. So, and you can't even get angry because at least they're being honest. That's one of the few instances that they're being. You may disagree with them, but they're being honest. All right. So what I would do is look into the Libertarian Party. But yes, they're being. That's what's to be expected. Yeah, and yes, they are being hypocritical. Yeah, I would hope, even if I was a conservative traditional Republican who believed in Christianity, I would have the intellectual honesty to say, okay, this is the public forum, this is the government, and not everyone's Christian. And so we have a set of rules here, according to this country we live in, that we cannot legislate I don't have to force other people to believe in Christianity or make Christianity the law. So I would have a very secular approach to making laws and say, okay, yeah, you can smoke pot, and then let the Lord judge you later. I'm not the Lord your God. But I don't think most Republicans have that intellectual honesty. I don't think most conservatives think that far. And I think a lot of them, especially within their political arena, they're ideologues and zealots and they're crusaders. And to hell with what's best for the country or what's intellectually honest to do it. So you are right. There is some hypocrisy going on there. But again, there may not be some hypocrisy. It may just be ignorance and a lack of thinking and thought on their part where it's like, well, that's not our business. It could just be as simple as like, well, no, abortion is evil. We're against that. I understand that argument too. That's why maybe you belong in the Libertarian Party, at least ideologically. Because then you go sit in a Libertarian Party meeting and you're like, oh, this is why they're never elected. So, which is a whole other question. But yes, dude, you're right. There is a hypocrisy if we're supposed to be a government that is secular or doesn't choose sides or religion. Not to say you couldn't get some good laws that come from religion. Technically, religion was the original form of government, and there's some good, thou shalt not murder, thou shalt not steal, pretty basic stuff. But don't let this piss you off, man, because if you're pissed off now and you think there's hope in the Libertarian Party, then go sit in the Libertarian Party, and then you're going to be really pissed off because you're like, holy fucking dingbat central Batman. What the fuck are these retards doing here? And then you're going to and then you'll enjoy the decline. Then you won't get angry no more. So, yes, you're right. But now, this is like a 22, 23-year-old observation. Now we need to move on and get to a 30-year-old platform. And then soon you'll be 40. It's like, fuck it, don't care. All right, that's it. You guys got questions, Captain's got answers. AssholeConsulting.com. And we'll see you guys later. Toodles.